Hey guys, this is Tom from Numbers Game Lifestyle, and today we're going to be talking about whether it's possible for guys older than 45 to get with young women, ages from, 18 to 30. Okay? Is it possible? And I will say absolutely it is possible. But again, this is going to depend a lot on the guy. For the vast majority of men over 45, their odds of landing a girl from 18 to 30 are pretty damn low. Okay, when you look at the state of most men over 45, it's just not likely to happen. We're going to look at this guy's question, and I'm going to go through point by point, what is possible, what isn't possible, how successful you are at attracting young women will depend on you. Okay, so let's have a look at the question. He says, "Dear Tom, thank you so much for your email and your work for us, single guys. I just discovered you and started watching your videos from the oldest ones. Could I propose a topic for your video? I think it would attract attention to new potential clients and increase the views." He asks, is it possible for 45 plus guys to date 25 to 30-year-old women? From my experience, women tend to choose guys who are only a few years older than them. Yes, I would agree. This is the vast majority of women are going to stick to guys that are just slightly older than them. Okay? Yes, that is their preference. You are correct. So a 45-year-old man can date 40-year-old women. Of course, if a man is 45, but he looks like he's 35, and she thinks that he is indeed 35, then a 30-year-old woman can be attracted to such a guy. For example, Matt Cross from 33 Secrets is over 50 but looks much younger, and he claims to have a much younger girlfriend. Okay, personally, I haven't watched any of this guy's videos, but I have seen him online a lot. I've seen his pictures and everything like that. His thumbnails pop up all the time. And yes, you're correct. He looks much younger than 50. And I do believe he has a young girlfriend. Okay, but you have to understand where this guy's coming from. Yes, he looks better than average, better than an average over 50 guy. But he also has a number of things going for him. One, he has a very successful business. This guy's been in the content game for a long time, and I'm sure he is completely location independent, meaning he can live anywhere in the world and live very comfortably. That helps a lot. I would assume that his girlfriend is probably abroad. Not in America, not in Canada, not in Australia, not in Western Europe. No, his girlfriend is most likely abroad, where he gets younger women and hotter women much easier than he will in the West. Okay, in the West, he will struggle like everybody else does. Okay, you're gonna have to put in a lot of numbers, to land a really young, hot girlfriend when you're over 50 in the Western world. Whereas if he goes abroad, he'll have a much easier time accomplishing this. So I would assume that his girlfriend or girlfriends are most likely abroad, and he's living abroad, which completely changes all the rules, okay? Not only is he super wealthy in these countries, but yeah, he would be a hot commodity abroad as opposed to in the Western world. He says, I personally don't like Matt Cross because he says that looks don't matter that much, which I find untrue from my experience. Yes, it's untrue from any guy's experience. Show me an unattractive guy that's laying all these women that's not paying them, okay? It just doesn't happen. And yes, I can't really, I don't know if he honestly believes this because I've never watched any of these videos, but any guy willing to lie to his audience and say looks don't even matter, is probably making a lot of money. Okay, I hate to say it, but the masses love to be lied to. They support, leaders that lie to them. This happens all the time, which is why they lie. It makes them more money. Best wishes, and I hope your channel will grow significantly. Lucas from Poland. Okay, so yes, it is possible for men in the West, men in the Western Europe, Australia, Canada, US, over 50 to land young women, especially, 25 to 30. That's not that big of a stretch. It's not like we're talking 18 to, 24-year-olds. When it becomes a little bit more, difficult and taboo in the Western world. You will find it much easier abroad accomplishing this. You know, you could go abroad and have young, early 20s girlfriends, provided that you look good and you're financially stable. Okay? This is the name of the game. Okay? Usually when women hit 25 to 30, they're looking for stability and obviously looks as well. Okay? They're going to have to look good and you have to be financially stable enough to provide a family in the future. Okay? There's a big difference between just getting laid and having a long-term relationship. When you're just getting laid, all that matters is she thinks you're hot, thinks you'd be good in bed, and that's about it. You know, that's the looks threshold that you have to pass. But if you want to enter in a long-term relationship, suddenly your finances and your lifestyle become more important, okay? Of course, your looks are important. They're probably still number one, but your lifestyle and your overall financial stability becomes a close second. And if we're talking marriage, like your financial stability is like number one. That's the biggest thing they look for, okay? Which is why a lot of the times women will marry men significantly less attractive than them. You know, if he's financially very stable, you know, she can upgrade her lifestyle, okay? So yes, a lot of this goes into the man. What do I mean by that? Okay, you cannot look like the average 45-year-old plus man out there and hoping to land, you know, young, attractive women. It's just not going to happen. You have to outcompete all the other younger men that are competing with you. Okay, you have to have some sort of edge that, you know, you outcompete them in. Okay, so like, yes, maybe you can do that with wealth a little bit, but you still have to be, you know, in the same ballpark as them and looks, okay? There's no getting around this. Like, the ultimate attraction is physical. It all starts with physicality. You know, do you wet her nether regions when she looks at you? And if not, you have like no hope in hell. The best you can hope for is a woman looks at you and goes, oh, at least he's got money. At least, like, you know, I'll be taken care of. But is that really the kind of relationship you want with a woman just looking at you like a wallet? Like, okay, I'll be her little wallet that saves her out of like all financial difficulties. No, that's not what you want. So your only option is to become more attractive than the competition. Now, obviously at 45 plus, you're not going to be as youthful looking as other, you know, 25-year-olds, 27-year-olds in the prime in their physical life, you know, their prime looks, okay? But there are things that you can mitigate, that you can overcome, that you can become more jacked than them, better physically than them. Okay, nothing's preventing you from not seeing your abs. Nothing's preventing you from not building muscle. You know, if that's really what you want, and you're over 45 and you know things are, you look like in terrible shape, you can go on TRT, you can do all kinds of things, you know, with pharmaceuticals to make up that ground, you know, become a young man again, you know, in terms of your hormone panel. Okay, there's all kinds of different options. And yes, your finances are going to be a big selling point. Okay, if you're a broke ass guy with no future, what woman is going to look at you and go like, I'm going to hook my train to that engine because he's on this path to, you know, failure. You know, no woman is going to do that. She's like, I need stability. I need like some guy that's going somewhere. Okay. So this is why it's all of your success depends on you. Okay. Yes, it is possible in the Western world to find young, attractive women when you're 45-year-old plus, but it's going to be more difficult. You're going to have to put in more numbers, and you're going to have to be better than all the other competition as well. A lot of guys don't understand that they're competing against invisible competition that they never see, but you are competing against 25-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. Same thing with really young guys. They don't realize they're competing with 30-year-olds, like 35-year-olds, you know, 27-year-olds, like the gamut. They're competing against, you know, all different kinds of age brackets, all different kinds of guys, and they all have their strengths and weaknesses, okay? But you have to have strengths, okay? You can't just be an average 5 points in every category. You are completely invisible to women, okay? It doesn't matter what woman it is. It's just like, you know, all of his stats are 5. You know, she's looking for stats that are like 10. You know, he's got like a super hot body. He's got a super hot head of hair. You know, he's got, you know, something going for him. He's got a crazy career that's going places. Okay. You have to have some sort of edge over your competition. And yes, if you want an easier time getting with young women, do what most likely this guy is doing and go abroad. But again, that is very difficult. You have to build a business that allows you to move abroad and live in any country you want. That way your finances get completely like shot out of the water, because now you're competing against broke ass locals. Now you're competing against men that their average salary is like, you know, $500 a month. Okay. So you absolutely smash those men in terms of finances, insecurity, which is what these women are looking for the most. In these poor countries, they're looking for stability. Like, who can provide for me? Who can raise a family with me that I don't have to worry about whether my kids are going to starve or not? Okay? That's a big selling point. That is the highest selling point abroad in these less developed countries. I hate to say less developed, but they don't make as much money per month. You know, a lot of the countries you'll see, doctors, surgeons, they're making like $2,000 US, sometimes even less. Okay, and these are the highest paid salaries in that country. So yes, you have a significant advantage when you move abroad, and you're making way more money than any of the other locals. You know, who cares about the young stud in the local community when he can barely eat? He can barely provide for himself. He's no way he can start a family. Whereas you come in and you're making a ton more money, suddenly women look at you and go, there it is. I can finally start a family. I can finally procreate and live comfortably. I don't have to worry about like when I'm going to eat next or how my kids will survive if I have children. Yes, you can do this in the Western world, but of course you're going to have to put in more numbers than you will trying to get with 40-year-old women, okay? 40-year-old women will consider 45-year-old guys, okay, everything's good. Don't have to worry about his age, okay? But as soon as you reach into that, 25-year-olds, it's going to become a thing like, oh, does he look good? Does he look like he's strong? Does he look like he's healthy? Does he look good? Plus, does he have a financial future? Okay, is he established? That's one thing women look for when you're older. Okay, you're older than 45. She's looking, does he have his career set? Is he set? Like, has he established himself? Has he put his mark on the world? Is he living comfortably? Then I can live comfortably. So yes, that is attractive to most women. It depends on your situation. You have to upgrade yourself in order to compete for the younger demographic, okay? Because there's a lot more competition, but it is doable. There's plenty of like older guys that have taken care of themselves, look very good, and they're established as well, tons of experience. Yes, they do very well, even with young ladies. They are very rare. They're a minority. Most men cannot do this. Most men will settle for a woman that's slightly younger than them. Anyways, guys, that's the video. If you need help doing this, upgrading yourself so you can compete for young women and actually get somewhere, actually have young women attracted to you, that is exactly what I help men do. There's coaching links down below if you are interested. Anyways, guys, that's the video. Thank you for watching.